Something I've seen, wait, this video was sponsored by FlexiSpot. Something I've seen a lot of people ask about is using magnifying glasses for painting miniatures. There are an absolute stack of options out there to try, and fortunately I've used just about all of the styles that are available. Some of them are absolute garbage, and some of them are actually ideal. Let me take you through the ones that I have used, what I thought of them, how they compare, and then which ones I would recommend for you. Let's take a closer look. Bet you didn't expect to call any puns before the logo. Sorry, I'll stop. Right, now I shouldn't have to caveat this, but I'm saying this all up front. I bought these all with my own money. No manufacturers have sent me any free samples or anything like that. This is my honest opinion, and it's just something that I've developed over a number of years working with all of these different things. So generally there are a few different types of things that you can use to magnify what you're doing with your hands. There's the magnifying lamp, which I just bashed there. Really more of a lamp with a magnifying thing in the center. There are magnifiers with pull down sections, this sort of thing, with lights and various things that you can fit on your head. There are larger versions that have various battery packs. There are fixed lens versions of those which are a little bit smaller and a little bit more compact, like reading glasses. And then there are what are called loupes. I think that's a French word, but ultimately these are the sort of things that surgeons would use, or dentists, and they have just smaller, like binocular type things that flick down. Loupes tend to be a little bit more fancy and expensive, but they only magnify the central part of your view. We'll get into that very shortly. Let's look at each of the styles. We'll look at advantages and disadvantages, and then I'll give you my opinion on what I think is the best at the end. And when I say best, I mean my preference, maybe not what's best for you, but what I think is probably best for most people. First up, the lamp. This was my first purchase when it comes to magnifying things, and it was okay. It'll be okay for those people with spectacles, since it's not something else on your head. But I found it difficult to moderate brush control because for a period your hands are out of your vision in that they are obscured by this ring, and not seeing my hand properly in the brush made it a little bit more awkward for me. It didn't quite make sense, and because this wasn't attached to my head, it wasn't moving where I was looking, and so I found it to be a little bit awkward. Not too bad as a light, so maybe the combination of light and magnifier is useful for some people, but not really the approach that I'm looking for. I don't mind the light in terms of the direct approach, but I'm not a big fan of the fact that I'm not wearing it. Next, magnifiers. These are a bit of a mixed bag, and what I've found is they can wear out quite quickly if you are wearing them a lot. So these ones, for example, they have a 2 set of lenses, so you can up the magnification. These lenses are also detachable, so there's a few different options, and you tend to get them in a box like that. It might be this box. I forget which ones came with this. I've bought so many of these. But ultimately what I found is the clips here are not particularly solid, so I have had these knocked slightly and the lens has just fallen out. Potential to damage the model there. And also what I found, and I've used these for a little while because they keep moving, but the mechanism to keep that up and down is actually loose. And in this case broken, which is why I replaced them anyway. There's a little clip there that's basically come loose, and really that little bit of plastic is all that's holding these, which are not super weighty, they're just also made of plastic, but the weight of this part, and then the glasses, plus the light in this case, all resting on your nose with not a great amount of support here behind the ears. I find they're just not really all that good. I also found these little nose rest parts that sit right here, they are just not great. They get kind of greasy, which maybe says more about my nose than the glasses, but ultimately they tend to slip. The whole thing just didn't work. You do get other similar ones to this where there is a white sort of panel with a battery pack on the front, and there's a little LED on the front there. Similar kind of mechanism. Some of them have the flick up and flick down lenses. I don't mind the flick up and flick down nature of the lens. I think that's quite useful. but the fact that they are heavy, the weight is very much towards the front of the unit, and ultimately for long periods of use they didn't prove to be very comfortable. The issue with weight is emphasized even more on something this kind of size. This is absolutely overkill for miniature painting. We've got this whole situation here, we've got this whole flip thing, there's another one that you can flip in, and then you've got this thing to get even closer. All of this is really ridiculous, and the weight that this has on the front of your head, because in here, I'm not going to muck about opening it, but I think there's 2 to 3 AA batteries in here. So the weight of that, no wonder you need an adjustable head strap. So I would say not for me, too big, too cumbersome, really a bit too much. It might be useful for you, but what I also found is when I've got this on and I've got the light, let's assume this is the hobby light, this sort of thing was happening where I was knocking into it, and it was just basically a bit of a nightmare. So despite maybe a few advantages, including the price, because they're not particularly expensive, I found that actually they ended up annoying me more than I expected them to. Before we look at the fixed lens glasses, which, spoiler alert, might be the best, I'd like to give a big nod to this video's sponsor, FlexiSpot. Last November, FlexiSpot kindly sent me a C7 model, and after my old chair was hurting my back and ruining my posture, I was happy to give the C7 a go. It has adaptive lumbar support, which conforms to my spine when I sit down, no more mucking about with cushions. There is a nice big wide seat on the C7, meaning I can sit for hours on my massive arse without any sort of discomfort. It has fully adjustable armrests, which make a big difference for painting. My last one's arms didn't move, but I like to set specific arm heights for painting, and the C7 means I can get the armrest height spot on. If I need to kick back, there's a 4-level lockable backrest situation. I can bang it all the way back, change the adjustable headrest position and whap out the footrest. Partially extend it, and we're talking thigh support for my big spidery legs, or let's say you've been painting orcs for hours, maybe you need a mid-painting nap, fully extend it, and we're laughing. And if your legs feel tired after a long painting session, you can use the seat tilt to relax them. I am 6'2" and I need to lose some Christmas weight, but thankfully this beast can handle someone up to 6'9" and up to 300 pounds, so assuming you're not an actual giant, you'll be grand. Oh, and they have a 10-year warranty. 10 years. Even when I decided to switch my painting setup, I kept the chair, and now that I'm almost painting full time at the moment, it's important to me to make sure I have good posture while I do it. You can get your hands on a FlexiSpot C7 chair over at FlexiSpot.com, and if you want to get yourself an extra $50 off the cost and you're in the USA, you can use my code ALEXPAINTS, and you get to feel good about saving money, improving your posture, and improving my day by checking out a sponsor. I've put the links and all the information you need in the description below. Let's look at the fixed lens glasses. So these, I have 3 pairs. I've covered them in my tips video, my top 10 tips thing that I did recently. Ultimately, these are let down by the fact that you only get 1 magnification with them. So you choose your magnification when you buy them, and that is it, it's fixed. So in this case, I've got, I think this is a 2x magnification with lights, of course. I think these are 2.5 or 3x magnification, again, with lights. And then these ones, which actually have detachable lenses, but just the one, and they're in there pretty solidly, 5x magnification. Obviously, the light as well. These things are pretty powerful, and actually, if I'm looking at something, it's not in focus till about there, which is quite close to my face, so you have to hold things very close. I'm looking at the camera right now, it's completely out of focus. I don't know if I'm looking in the right direction. Anyway, generally I found these to be quite reliable. I found a magnification that I like, and I stick to it, and I generally wear that for all of my painting. I like that they have got good peripheral vision, and they are nice and light, since the batteries for the light are presumably very small form factor, and these little LEDs don't take a lot of power. They also sit comfortably without any issue, because the arms or legs, don't know. These bits sit a little bit more comfortably behind my ear, so that works. And I have reasonably big ears. These ones I only use for extra stupidly small detail like eyes or painting the very, very small parts of faces. They have a headband, so they're actually less comfortable to wear because the headband pushes this part into my nose, so I end up getting red marks here. I could use them without the headband, but you can see the arms of them are not as suited, they're a little bit thicker. So This is a little bit of a trade-off, but it's the only set where I could get a very, very high magnification, but they are still ultimately fixed lens and pretty sturdy. For the amount of time I'm using them, they're not going to break. The only real downside of using the extra high magnification is if I need to wash my brush or get more paint or do something that doesn't involve working this close to my face, I have to take them off. It's a bit of a rigmarole. Listen, it's not the end of the world. These sets are actually not too dissimilar to getting a pair of magnifying reading glasses that you can pick up in the pound shop, the dollar store, whatever. I've seen them before, I've tried them on, they're really not too dissimilar. The difference being you get lights with these guys. That's probably about it. You might find that these are a little higher magnification. Okay, let's look at Loupes. These things might have different names, but ultimately they are non-magnified glasses, or I imagine you could probably get your own prescription on these parts. Lenses with a set of binocular type lenses, I'm steaming up here, on the middle, which are adjustable. You can adjust the distance these are to suit your eyes, and you can adjust the distance that they are from the glasses at the back. Now, what's good about these is I can look to the side if I'm picking up brushes, changing paint, mixing, cleaning my brush, that sort of thing. Whereas it's only the part in the center that's magnified. So really what you're seeing is everything normal, and there's a circle in the center that's highly magnified. In this case, 2.5 times magnification, which isn't too bad. The downside for me is the minimum focal distance. So what I find is when I have these on and I'm looking at something magnified, it's fine to there, but if I bring it any closer, it's out of focus, and these don't go close enough for me to focus it in a space that's comfortable for me to paint. So what I found is you have to sit back when you're using these and actually paint at quite a distance, which for some people might become a little bit uncomfortable. For me, it didn't work. I didn't like the fact that all I could see was a small magnified part in the center. I wasn't able to see my hand magnified all the way through, so there was an awkward distance thing happening. Ultimately, they weren't really for me, but I get that there would be a situation in which they might be useful for you. So although these are probably better for your posture, okay? I'm no back expert, but these are probably better for your posture. And I believe if you're willing to spend hundreds of pounds or dollars, you can actually get a really expensive custom set of these, which are more suited to your eyes, tweaked to your preferences, and may give you a closer focal distance. The other option, for those who wear glasses normally, is to get a clip-on lens. Now, I don't have these because I don't normally wear glasses. I do know painters that wear them, and if you're a spectacles or a glasses wearer, they might be an option. So which sets do I prefer? Well, I imagine it's probably obvious, but I like my fixed lens sets. I'm a big fan of these. I keep all three within reach when I'm painting, and I use the basic 2 times magnification for a lot of the painting work, and then I scale that up when necessary. I find them robust, and they don't have many moving parts, so there's less to snap off or break. They're light, so I can use them for a long time, and when I'm building, they quite conveniently double as a set of protective glasses for any flying bits of plastic that might come off as you're snipping. I will link everything that I've mentioned today down in the description below. If you have any other solutions that you use for magnifying your models, please let me know. I would love to hear what you have and how you use it. And if you found this useful, please comment below and let me know. Alternatively, you can join the Discord and get feedback on your painting. You can discuss various things, ask a whole bunch of questions, and hopefully make some new pals. Seems unlikely, maybe. Thanks once again, and I will speak to you next time.